What's up, guys? Welcome back to our first edition of Movie Mukbangs.
And we're going to be reviewing Spider-Man No Way Home.
Food!
Alright.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Let's dig in. Yeah, I'm hungry. We got food! Alright.
Let's start digging in.
I don't know, is yours fries?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get rid of some bags here.
Who's crispy chicken on this drink? Oh yeah, move the bag.
So I've never done a mukbang. I don't watch mukbangs. What do we
just eat and
just
talk?
eat and talk.
Okay,
I'm talking about
This one's
No Way Home.
Yeah.
I think yours has a straw,
Yeah.
right?
So, should we talk about the story first about what happened in the parking lot beforehand, or?
What is it? The tragic events?
Basically, I looked over and I just called her pretty, and then a couple jokes were made. I don't really know. And then we're pulling out, and she then decides to wave to us. So it was like,
She really did this wave.
But was it towards the car, or was it like, on?
No, yeah, like she turned around. Like I saw her face.
Yeah.
she
no,
turned
like,
around and
lowered
waved
the
to
window
us.
and then like turned
Yeah.
like that.
Like it was actually depressing.
Yeah.
That's,
But
yeah.
anyway, moving on in life. Here we are, Spider-Man No Way Home.
I would say this is honestly the third best Spider-Man movie ever.
I agree. I would agree.
What are you rating the first two?
No, we'll just say what you think it is for your...
Yeah. I'm curious, like, what's
What
your
number
ranking? Of all the Spider-Man movies, what would you rank this out of all of them?
You
did.
go first, and we'll go this way.
Well, I mean, I would say for me, it's the first Andrew movie.
Really?
Then
Okay.
it would be the first Tobey movie, and then, in my opinion, it's this one for like my top three.
Interesting.
And it's only because like the first Tobey one has nostalgia because it's like the first Spider-Man story. The first Andrew one just because it's better than first or second Andrew one just because like it's a good movie. You know what I mean? Like all around. And then this one because it has all three of the Spider-Man. I don't know how you go wrong.
Yeah. Well, I was just saying that because for me it is Spider-Man 2 and then the Amazing Spider-Man, then this, for the sole reason that I've rewatched the old trilogy, and to me it's number 2 is up here and 1 and 3 are on the same level. So I just...
Are you
What?
okay?
I was just saying Young Boy because I saw Josh looking at Young Boy, so I was like, Young Boy.
Gosh, the papers are hiding.
No, but what I was saying is
On
just...
your tongue. Anyway, continue.
No, what I was saying is just, this is 3, for the sole reason is, if the other, it couldn't stand on its own, it needed the other stuff, but it's better than anything in the MCU's made.
Spider-Man 2 is number 1. And then, I was going to say Into the Spider-Verse, but Josh got me thinking now about Andrew's first movie. Because like, when we rewatched it, I got like I already liked Andrew, but I got like a newfound appreciation for that movie. I honestly don't see what other people would say about it. Like, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So like why it's bad? You mean?
Yeah, I don't see why people say I don't think people say it's not bad, but they're like, it's okay.
Yeah. I think it's just because they don't like Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man.
Yeah, like
Which-
how he played Peter Parker.
Yeah.
It's fair to say, but in this movie, he's amazing as Peter Parker. Like, he is the best he's ever acted as Peter Parker.
My ranking would probably be.
No, wait, my
Oh,
third.
yeah, you didn't finish.
My third would be well, this movie, yeah. But, yeah.
I'd probably say I didn't realize we were counting Into the Spider-Verse also, but because of that, I'm doing Into the Spider-Verse,
Oh, I like that.
No Way Home, and then Andrew's first movie.
You don't really like the Tobey movies?
I don't have nostalgia for him because I didn't watch him when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I still think those movies hold up in the sense that, like, just rewatching them, even though the memes have basically ruined them.
It's the story for me. Like the Tobey story is just so well. Like everything. I don't know.
The thing is,
Yeah.
like, I didn't watch them. Like, I've never watched Spider-Man 2 or 3. Like, I've watched clips of them, but I've never watched Spider-Man
You
2
should
or
watch
3.
them. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I should, but like, I just never get around. You know what I mean?
I watch those movies, but for me, the nostalgia, it's there a little bit, but like, I never fully understood what was going on when I was watching them as a kid.
Yeah. That.
Yeah. I rewatched Spider-Man 1, and I'm like, this is kind of corny. This is cheesy.
Yeah.
It doesn't really hold up. But when I rewatched Spider-Man 2, that's my favorite Spider-Man. Like, I'm like, this is like exactly what I imagined the character to be. So.
Yeah, and the whole new character with like Jameson.
Jameson, yeah.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, like I didn't get him when I was younger, but like now that he's been in like all the Spider-Man and like he has I understand his character, which I think his character adds a lot to the Tobey movies. He's like more of a presence. Yeah. But
That's the thing I feel about the MCU Spider-Man movies is the cast is just not as strong as the other ones.
I agree.
yeah.
Because like, if you think about it, like, think about the MCU villains, Vulture, Mysterio, and
Peter, the guy who played Vulture.
Really?
Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
You
like
like
I
Michael
didn't like that.
I don't like Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
I don't like Gyllenhaal as
Me
Mysterio.
either.
I really like Vulture, but I didn't like Mysterio.
I didn't like the Vulture guy.
Wow.
I feel like why just as a hot take
What?
or like a cold take.
What?
Not liking Gyllenhaal as Mysterio.
No, I
I
feel
mean,
like a lot
I-
of people didn't like him.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm indifferent because I've never read the comics, so I don't know what Mysterio's personality is like. But I just don't like how the old movies had great attachment to the villains. As Toby's first villain is literally the person who is best friend's dad. Second one is his teacher. The third one is his best friend, and it's like, you know. And his uncle's killer, like all of them have a personal connection. And in Andrew, that's his teacher and his friend become villains.
Yeah, with Tom.
And we
I
got
feel so.
Mysterio, who is loosely connected. Like I want to kill you because you're stopping my plan, rather than like I want to kill you because like I know like there's no relationship. You know?
It just feels like he's getting in the way. It's less personal, but I do like. Because I think a good hero is someone who does that. They just get in the way of like things they're not necessarily involved in, you know?
Yeah, they just step in.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, while we complain about Mysterio, I do think that the villains in No Way Home, while they don't have a connection to this Peter, you kind of understand.
They still have a connection to a Peter.
Yeah, so it's like, it makes more sense why they would be more hostile to it. And I can see why Green Goblin was trying to do his plan, because, think about it, you get rid of Peter in this universe, there's no Peter.
Going back to like No Way Home, what was your favorite villain in that movie? Like of all the ones that showed up, like who do you think?
Oh, Green Goblin.
was the best?
Green Goblin.
Really?
Green Goblin was so good in that movie.
I mean, he was good, but like I like Doc Ock just because like he has like a character.
Like I don't count him as a villain in that movie.
That's
you know what
fair
I mean?
too, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, like,
But like his character arc, because like he opens up the villains basically in the movie, and like he hates Peter, and then they like switch him first. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool, because then he's like, then they have the whole scene with him and Toby. It's like, oh.
that's why I don't consider, like, the villains I consider in this movie are Electro, Green Goblin, and Lizard.
Yeah.
I don't consider Sandman a villain because he just wants to go home. And I don't think he's trying to be malicious. I think he literally just like, give me the box, I just want to go home, Peter.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care about these guys because these guys are dead bad people. He's literally like, I have to get to my daughter. Whereas Lizard is like aggressive and Electro as well.
Bro, was Lizard even in this movie though?
With who?
Lizard?
Oh, bro, don't get me started on Lizard. Lizard, he literally just, you guys should be lizards. Why? Because it's cool. And then he was like,
But they make fun of that though.
and then that's it. And he's like,
Oh, he's in that one scene where they kind of tag team on Peter.
yeah, and then
He's
he's
like
like,
goblins, like ba ba ba, and then they kind of throws him a lizard throws him back in the room.
but
And then
he's
that's basically.
Yeah.
No, and he's the one who causes Ned and MJ to get out of.
Oh yeah.
He has a purpose.
Plot
Yeah.
purpose.
But the thing is, I feel like I know what you guys are saying. He's not that strong of a character. Like you don't. But in the comics, he's not really like that strong of a character either. He's literally just, I want to turn the world into lizards.
Bro, even in the Andrew Garfield movie, he's not that strong of a character. Like I don't know, he's just all around. He's definitely the weak link.
He is, but I feel like at the same time, he's probably better than the other Spider-Man villains, like Mysterio or
better than
Vulture.
Electro for me.
Really?
At least in the movies. At least
Really?
in the movies. Electro's so boring. to me as a
I
character.
feel like Electro has like what is he trying to do exactly?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What's
He's cool. Like he's like the coolest one.
to me, the
but, like,
lizard makes sense. He's an amputee. He's like, well, I want to get my arm back, and this could help a lot of amputees in the world. And then he does the thing. He's like, oh, look at this! I made a scientific breakthrough. Everyone should know about this because this is awesome.
But then he turns evil.
Yeah, but he just takes it too far. But whereas Electro, he's like, I have electricity. Oh.
Yeah, but he was like a nobody, and now
Yeah.
he's like everybody has attention, so like he just wants to take over.
I think it was just the mania. Well, you gotta think, it was probably like his mind was like.
Corrupted
I
by
feel like
power.
the thought was good, like what they were trying to do with Electro was good, but they just didn't execute it properly.
They do it well in this movie. I feel like he gets a little bit like more. It's like he wants this new world with so much to explore, where he's not a loser. Like no one knows who he is, so he can start anew.
Fix the hairline, fix the teeth.
Yeah, didn't they mention that?
Yeah.
They said something about like, what, you came over here and got a haircut or something?
Yeah.
Lizard says that, yeah. There's one
You lined
thing.
up.
And he hit the gym. Like,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx was like, "You're not putting me in that shit again." Like, all right. The one thing though,
He's got like a PS4 Spiderman to PS4 Miles Morales. He got the
Yeah,
upgrade,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
the one thing though that bothered me about that scene where all the villains are talking is, when they mentioned Norman Osborn to like Doc Ock, Sandman, stuff like that. How come Lizard and Electro didn't? They worked for Osborn.
Yeah.
That was the one thing that bothered me is like they didn't mention that. They didn't go like, "Are you what do you mean?" Like, and also Kirk Connors exists in the Tobey universe.
yeah.
So why didn't Doc Ock was a friend of his? Why didn't he go like, "You're Kirk Connors. Do you know blah blah blah?" He's like, "Who?" That would have been an interesting thing.
But for me, the villains are weak in this movie for me overall. But I think it's about Tom in this movie, and they do that well. So I think it's fine.
I don't think they're weak. I just feel like they're just not. I don't think they're weak. It's just you have to share the spotlight with 5 villains plus Venom. They should have done a 6th one. I'm sorry. There should have been Venom. Should have been number 6, or at the very least, they should have done Mysterio.
Like I think maybe there should have been a 6, but I don't think it should have been Venom because I feel like whoever Venom is, I feel like they should have like a connection to Peter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Would you have been mad if it was?
You know what I just thought?
Yeah. What?
Technically, you could consider Doctor Strange a villain in this movie because for a short time he's fighting Peter, and not like fighting him like just fighting him like hand-to-hand combat. Like they're actually disagreeing on something, and like Peter's deceiving Doctor Strange. You know what I mean? So like you could call Doctor Strange the 6th villain.
Yeah, maybe like
I don't really wanted to. If you were really
like,
pushing.
maybe like
An antagonist, yeah. Just an opposing force to Peter. It's not really.
Antagonist against the 6 antagonist against her.
Like I said, it would have been cool if they did the Sinister Six, but I think like the only villains that would have made sense at that moment would either be Venom or Mysterio.
But for me, if they do Venom in a film, he needs to feel like a threat.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I'm Venom, and I got my 5 goons here to help me. It's like I'm Venom, I'm gonna kill you. You know what I mean?
Well, I got that fucking mayo dripping out of my mouth. Looking
Wait,
at
I just thought of something. Wait, I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Venom's in the movie. How come Doctor Strange didn't tell Peter to find him? Like that was the one thing I thought of. It wouldn't have worked because Venom's still out there. Like he was still out there the entire movie, and Doctor Strange was like.
But Doctor Strange didn't know how many people were in the. He just
True.
knew there was a couple, and then they broke it down from there. But that is a good point. Like they never even
Like,
thought
no.
to keep looking after they found the 5.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Like, oh, 5,
That's the thing.
yeah.
Like, he should have been like, all right, just make sure there's no one else. Because what if they found? Would that be funny if they found Venom just getting drunk in Mexico? Just like, what?
I mean, they're gonna find him somewhere now because
Yeah.
he was left on the counter. Do
That's
you think that's gonna be the same Venom, or do you think it's gonna be different?
It's-
I think it's gonna be like a different personality and everything.
You think so?
Do you think it's gonna be as built? I hope it's as
so.
big.
I
I hope
hope
it's as
so.
big.
I
Yeah,
hope
that'd be
so.
cool if it was as big, like as big and strong as that Venom.
It'll be a real letdown if it was just like the Spider-Man 3 all over again, with just that skinny Venom.
Yeah.
It's like
He had a cool face though. Not a lot of
like-
people don't like this. I like the face on that Venom.
I don't like any of that Venom, honestly. Like it's just like he would say I instead of we,
Yeah.
and he'd be like, I wasn't buying it.
It was just Sam Raimi not understanding the character that well, because Sam Raimi was trying to adapt the '60s villains, such as Sandman, Green Goblin, Doc Ock, like the villains from the '60s. So it's clear like he doesn't really know Venom.
I mean, he didn't want to do it in the first place.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I think that I don't know. There's just the Venom thing just didn't make sense to me for the sole reason that's like, why did you give up after 5? Like, what if there was like 1,000 more?
You still have nuggets in these?
Yeah, these two are still full. I've only eaten one.
I'm like,
that's it. You only had
I've eaten 10 of 40. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! But you ate your fries already?
No, these are both still full. I've been picking out of this one, but like, yeah, look
You
at
had like what, 10 nuggets?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
hey, how'd you guys feel about the cinematography of the movie? Like,
Oh, I liked it.
I was gonna ask because I feel like
It was better than the first two.
Yeah.
the only thing that was missing for me was a little bit more swinging action. Because it was in the first couple of the minutes of the movie, and I never like felt it again until the end. You know what I mean?
That's the thing with these movies in general. There's not a lot of swing action.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like they're staying away from it because of the other movies, but at the same time, I feel like they should add a little bit. You know what I mean? Because I don't know.
But you can tell there's times when they try, like at the very beginning of the movie, like the opening scene that connects to the ending of whatever the last one was. Yeah.
Far from
Like,
home.
you can tell like the shots and his swinging and like that stuff. They tried a lot there.
Yeah.
And then like the scene when all three of them go and jump off the stage
That's-
into the moon.
yeah.
Sounds like they tried so hard for that, it paid off.
Yeah, that was so
it's
good.
really good.
That was good cinematography. I was just saying because rewatching Amazing Spider-Man, the
Oh, it's
scenes
ridiculous. It's
where he's just
like the
The
gap
scene
is
like,
huge.
in Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man is actually ridiculous.
And I'm not also I was gonna say, let's not like make fun of like the old Tobey movies because there's actually some good like in Spider-Man 3. There's actually really good action in that. Like you know the one where he's saving Gwen Stacy. He's like going through all like the little like he's going through the crane. He's shooting on rocks and all
Oh, I
that.
forgot about that. That crane shot is a Tobey movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh damn.
That's what I'm saying. Like those movies have good shots. I just feel like these MCU movies don't.
The best shot in the movie for me was when he's standing in front of the billboard and it pans out and it's raining.
Which the Tobey movie or
No,
No Way Home?
when Jameson is
one?
talking,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
yeah, yeah.
raining
it's
after
raining, and from
Omega.
behind him,
I would have loved to see Toby see Jameson and been like, that guy doesn't have his hair anymore. Or go up to him and be like, Jameson, it's me, Peter. Who? Peter Parker. Who? That would have been funny though. Could you imagine Toby meeting the same actor?
They haven't explained that because like, so there's like the different Peter Parkers. They're all the same person in a different multiverse, right?
Yeah.
But like, Jameson is the same person in the multiverses, but he looks the exact same. You know what I mean? Like some
could
people
be like-
don't
it could
change
be
at
like-
all.
It could be like a chance thing where it's like, let's just say
Yeah.
another universe, he looks different than, you know?
Completely different.
It
yeah,
could
I
just,
guess.
it could be that they're trying. Well, here's the thing. At first, he runs like a conspiracy site that's like literally in his basement. Maybe he's from the Toby movies. That'd be a funny twist. Like he's from Spider-Man 3. Like he got brought in from Spider-Man 3 into No Way Home.
A Jameson movie, all on his own, just explaining his journey with the three Spider-Men.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
That would be pretty funny, actually.
If he was in every single universe. He's like, first I got dragged into this universe, and this new guy is all funky and all that, and then I got dragged into this other universe. It's kind of boring.
Maybe he's like a spy for Thanos.
Fuck it, that would be the greatest.
I'm so full. I'm like about to pop.
You had like a sandwich.
2.
You had 2 sandwiches?
Yeah.
Nice. I'm having 3 meats right now.
Holy shit.
3 meats, 1 Isaac.
That's gonna be the title of this video. 3 meats, 1 Isaac.
Oh wait, the Big Mac only has 2 meats. It's literally more expensive than this. That makes no sense.
Oh, yeah.
The meat to price
Wait,
ratio
really?
is so much better. Yeah.
Huh? Put your money where your meat is.
That was weird, yeah.
I just thought of something. We have not talked about the other characters or the actual plot of this movie.
You want to talk about the other characters? Fucking Ned, send him home.
Get rid of him.
Get him out of here. Oh my god. Worst character
Yeah, I
ever.
feel like, no, but that's what you said. Like, the side characters in Tom's movies literally
So
don't add.
Yeah, they're garbage.
No,
They're
no,
garbage.
add literally
I'm gonna go off on a tangent on this.
Yes.
Ned, trash. Alright, I'm gonna say it too. MJ, mid. Alright, I'll say mid. Not trash, mid.
She's kind of supportive of Peter. That's
Betty, whatever name, the blonde chick, trash.
Who?
The
Yeah,
reporter,
exactly.
Who?
exactly, trash. Flash, absolute garbage.
Flash,
He's so garbage.
Flash in this movie is the worst character. I hate his character in this movie. I'm gonna go with your tangent as well. He's the most obnoxious, annoying character ever. I fucking hate him as a character, and I'm glad everyone forgot who Peter was, because I will love the day I never get to see Flash ever again.
Yeah, he's so.
Bro, even the Flash in the Andrew movies.
It's better.
Yeah, no,
'Cause he was
so
like-
much better.
That
That
was a person.
Yeah.
A human being.
The best scene is when he goes up to Andrew after Uncle Ben died. He's like, Peter, I'm sorry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, he's like an actual person.
Not this asshole. He's so annoying.
Oh, you're in the worst spot of your life? Give me a little something, I'll give you a little
That's what
something.
I'm saying.
Bro, like, oh my gosh.
And he literally like. Yeah. Anyway.
It's so
Like,
it's
he's
not even like a
standing
bully, he's
on
just
top of-
annoying. He's just in the
I
way.
mean, like, I feel like none of them have like any
Yeah.
personalities. You know what I mean?
Even in the other movies, he's not really a bully. He's like, hey, Peter, you're poor.
He's literally just in the way. Like, in Far From Home, when he takes Edith, like the glasses, and he's like, oh, Parker, nice glasses. And then he's like, give me back. And he has to like slap him.
Yeah.
Peter?
Just, why? Just give him his glasses back.
Why is he bullying Peter? Peter literally looks like the least assuming person to bully. Like, that's what I don't get. Like, Tom Holland as an actor doesn't look like an awkward
Yeah,
person.
plus, I mean, I always thought that, like, who is this kid to bully Tom Holland? Like, he's literally shorter, weaker, like, less attractive in every single way. Why is he bullying Tom? It doesn't make any sense.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why is anyone a friend of Flash?
I don't think you guys are maybe friends.
That's what.
But, like, I think they're trying to make the whole bullying thing more realistic or more modern instead of being like a big guy who like grabs you by the scruff of your neck or something. But it's like, he's just annoying.
Yeah, it didn't pay off.
Yeah.
I literally went to high school like 4 years ago, and we had dudes like the original Flash from Spider-Man 1. Like, I've seen people get their shit kicked in constantly, so the kids still beat the shit out of each other. I don't get why this movie's like, no, Flash can't physically touch Peter. That's too mean. Like, does Flash even punch Peter at all?
No.
No.
But I think it's supposed to be more mental thing.
Yeah.
But even then, it's not bullying. It's just annoying. It's like
Yeah,
Derek.
I think it's supposed to be more like it's more like a cyberbullying, like
Yeah.
mental health approach to bullying.
Bro,
than
just
it
turn
is,
off
like,
your
The thing is, it's not like it even did anything. Like, it's not like by him being bullied, like Peter, like
was affected in
was
any way.
affected in any way.
Yeah.
So it's literally like there's no purpose whatsoever.
Yeah, it was like, oh, here he comes, and there he goes. Okay, forget about him. Next.
Like, at least in the first movie, Flash is there for like one scene, but the whole thing is he's literally there to show Peter got his powers. What the fuck does this Flash do?
Well, can we talk about Happy now?
Yes, you can talk about how.
There's no point for Happy to be there. The only point for him to be in there was comedy and to smash Aunt May. There's no other point.
And now she's gone.
Green
so
Goblin's
it's
glide.
Smashing Ash.
I was gonna say Green Goblin. Green Goblin's glider already did that for you, Isaac.
Yeah.
No. Happy Hogan
Oh my god.
is such a.
Did you see Green Goblin? He finished on Aunt May's face. Anyway. Continue.
I liked Happy in the in the
Iron Man
Iron Man movies, but like, he doesn't need to be in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Like, get him out of there. Get him out.
I don't know. It's just
What other characters left to ridicule?
Ant-Man. She finally ended on a good note.
Yeah.
But for me, it took too long.
Yeah.
If we had these moments before, I'm like, okay, we're taking Ant-Man as a serious character now. She found out Peter's Spider-Man, and she's like, I don't want you to be doing this. You're my only family left.
Yeah.
And then she has that moment where it's like, great power trip. That's like, this hits hard. But now it's like, all of a sudden she's the moral compass.
Yeah. Because Uncle Ben in the other movies, like, I rewatched Spider-Man 1 recently, and Uncle Ben, it is an effective death because he's like, you know, he's talking to Peter. Peter literally gets mad at him and says, you're not my father, stop trying to be. And he's like, I'm sorry. You know, it's like, you know, he's like trying to just relate to Peter, and he can't. And so when he dies, and Peter's like horrified that the last thing he said to his basically only family is,
you're not my dad.
and at the end he says, but the thing is, at the end of the movie, it comes full circle, and he says, Uncle Ben, I have a father, his name is Ben Parker.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a good moment, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the Aunt May with great power comes great responsibility. That moment, I did not see that coming. Like when she was dying and everything, I think I was more, spoiled it for me, but while it was happening, I was like trying to piece it all together in my head, like, oh my god, what does this mean down the road? Felt like I wasn't expecting her to deliver that line, so I think that made it like better.
I did like how they did it, where it's like Aunt May's almost Uncle Ben in this universe, though. I actually really like that.
Apparently, Uncle Ben exists in the comics, like the MCU comics, but he died when Peter was like very little, I think.
Mm.
So that's why Aunt May's the only family he has.
I think it works. Yeah, it works moving forward. Yeah.
I do like the fact that's like because of that, then it does show the first first two movies as like his like one movie almost, and that's when he becomes Spider-Man. I did like that, so.
I really like the scene where like Peter's like saying the line, and the other two Peters are like, "Comes great responsibility," and he's like, "How do you know that line?"
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good scene. I like any scene where they like
Interact.
overlap anything they know is wicked funny. Like when Ned calls him his Peter, and they're all like, "Well, I'm Peter. Peter Parker," and he's like, "Well, we're all Peter Parker."
Peter Parker, still Peter Parker. Peter at the computer.
And the whole Peter 1, Peter 2, Peter 3 thing, like, oh my god.
What was Andrew Peter like 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah, it should have been Peter 1. But yeah. Actually, no, it should have been Peter 2.
Toby will forever be Peter 1 for the sole reason that it's just he is such iconic in the role. Like when he's there, it's literally so funny because he's like when he first shows up, he's like, you're not his friend. Like
he's like Toby's such a perfect Peter Parker. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I like how when he shows up in this movie, he's like Andrew Garfield showed up in the Spider-Man suit, so it's like Spider-Man. But when Tobey showed up, he usually just like walked in like a regular guy. He was like, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
More people in the movie theater clapped.
I do like it how it was like Andrew, more people like the Spider-Man, so they showed it, and then Peter,
Yeah.
That's exactly why they did it. They're like, these people like him more as Spider-Man, these people like him more as Peter. So,
and then there's a line in there somewhere when Zendaya's like, "Well, how come you're not wearing the suit?" Or whatever, something about secret identity. He's like, "Well, that's usually not the first thing I tell people that I'm Spider-Man."
Oh, I thought you were gonna follow the line where it's like the youth pastor line, where he's like,
no, that's a pretty good line.
So you're gonna dress up as a youth pastor? And like,
does he walk into the room with Tom? Not Tom. Andrew, Zendaya, and Ned, or is it Zendaya and Ned?
No, Andrew's there first.
Ned.
Andrew comes out first. Yeah. Honestly. Would that be so cool if they had a movie where it's just all three of them and there's no like limit or like it just begins with all three of them talking to each other, like trying to figure out stuff? Because I really like when they're talking to each other about what villains they faced. And he's like, Andrew's like, I just faced a guy with a rhino suit, and then Toby's like, "You're amazing."
I like that.
And the whole backcracking scene. I mean, the whole movie was worth it.
I think Andrew, he proved why he deserved a third movie.
Oh yeah.
He's 100% getting that third movie too.
Yeah, he might, like, if he wants it, I think it's there.
Well, I heard rumors that Spider-Man 4 is an idea being floated around Sony right now.
I was gonna say somebody call Gwen, but she's kind of like.
Well, Gwen still exists.
I'm actually so full. Like, Josh, how many nuggets do you have?
I got 4 left in this box, and then there's
20?
Yeah, 20 left in here.
We should be fine.
You said, do you guys think the first half of the movie lags behind the second half?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
You think the second half is like a superior movie?
Like if I had an option to go see either the first or the second half again, like I would just watch the second half.
I like the energy of the first half, but that's with all the movies. I like the youthful energy that the movies have.
Cut out everything that isn't the old villains, and I'll be fine with that. That's what I'm saying. It's just like I kind of prefer the old elements of the other two universes.
Also, I don't know if we talked about this yet, but like when he's helping out the old villains, and he brings them to Happy's apartment, and then they use like the stolen Stark station. I guess that part bothered me a little bit because it's still Tony helping him out a little bit.
Yeah.
Did we talk about this?
No,
maybe not. But like, it just feels like again he's still here. You know what I mean? Just let my man's be on his own.
I think it's just the thing is like I feel like it's just the lab. Like they just needed an excuse to go to a lab. You know what I mean? And this was the only thing they could think of because it's like they can't go to Stark Industries, so.
But like then they go to his high school lab and like they figure it all out, which is like Spider-Man activity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true.
Stark Tech isn't really Spider-Man activity.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's actually a good point.
Maybe it's signifying Peter moving away from Iron Man stuff. Because at the end, Happy doesn't even recognize him. He's just like, hey kid, what are you doing at this lady's grave?
Oh.
Yeah, this lady I smashed grave. Happy, what are you doing here? Sometimes I just remember the good times.
Nothing.
No. Happy, what's in Happy? Why do you have like a...
Happy, you have a shovel in your hand?
That's when his car pooped on the gravestone. It's like, well, that's good. Like,
I feel like the only thing keeping this movie from being perfect is the MCU.
And the shield on the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid. I'm sorry. That is the fucking stupidest part.
Oh my gosh.
That is so fucking stupid.
No, that was dumb. I don't understand why it was there.
Like Captain America is still yeah.
No, I was just saying the MCU shit is kind of what's ruining this series.
Yeah.
I think Spider-Man is better off without the MCU.
Yeah,
like I think
it just makes more sense when he's by himself.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a lot of hate for that shit though. People
No,
are gonna be like,
I think people know that. People should.
No,
if they don't know that, they're wrong.
how long until we get an Andrew 3? I mean,
I don't think, even if they do make an Andrew 3, I mean, I'll like it if it's a good movie, but I'm not gonna like it as much as if they made it Spider-Man 3, like the Amazing Spider-Man 3.
that would have been amazing.
Like, everybody would love that. That probably would be, like, the #1 Spider-Man movie if they pulled it off right.
You think
Yeah.
really, because the thing is, at the time, the reception for the first two weren't great. So
No,
I think
the reception for the first one was good.
At the time, I don't think. Now, yes, but at the time.
at the time, I don't think so. I think that's why
Really?
people are seeing such a massive switch because there was a switch to begin. You know what I mean? There was a negative side.
Now everybody's going back like, damn, we really missed out.
I feel like anything now, if they released a third back then, at the time we would have hated it, but now we would have seen it as like a classic. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, just thinking like, oh, we could have had it all.
It would have been a
Could've had
Sinister
perfect-
Six movie too. That was
Yeah,
what Amazing
probably.
Spider-Man 3 was supposed to be the
Yeah.
Sinister Six. It was supposed to be Vulture, Venom, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Rhino, and Kraven the Hunter. That was supposed to be the original Sinister Six.
Yeah.
But they're still doing Kraven the Hunter, right?
I know at the end of No Way Home, I saw his like silhouette in the sky. I saw Kraven.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Kraven and Scorpion.
And Rhino.
I think they casted for Kraven,
Yeah.
so it's like I'm assuming it's still going on.
I don't like the villain solo movies. I would just prefer if they literally just fucking have Spider-Man in it. Like, can we just have Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 3 instead of fucking Morbius?
Yeah, I'm not on.
I'm not on the Morbius train.
Oh, I like the trailer. I think the trailer's good. I think it's gonna be about the same level as Venom.
Do you? No, I don't think
So
so.
I need a burp right now. Like, I'm already. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Actually.
Oh, you're not gonna throw up.
If anyone has psychedelics, send them to our PO box.
Yes,
I will
guys.
take all of them. Good.
Alright, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
So.